Star Trek. Section 31's villain pays off a deep-cut Discovery mystery. The villain in Star Trek. Section 31 resolves a deep-cut mystery from Star Trek, Discovery Season 3. Section 31 brings back Michelle Yeoh as Star Trek, Discovery's Emperor Philippa Georgiou, and introduces a ragtag team of Section 31 agents led by Alok Sahar Omar Hardwick. Directed by Olatunde Osunsanmi and written by Craig Sweeney, Star Trek, Section 31 sees the Black Ops Division go after a mysterious villain who is Emperor Georgiou's massively destructive Godsend weapon. The Godsend is a universe-obliterating artifact from Georgiou's rule over the Terran Empire that should have been destroyed, not posing a threat to the Prime Universe. Star Trek Discovery Season 3's 900-year leap forward displaced Emperor Georgiou from both Star Trek's mirror universe and the mid-23rd century, resulting in physical pain and flashbacks. In Georgiou's memories, she kneels over the wounded body of a masked man, a bloody knife on the ground. Before the Guardian of Forever Paul Guilfoyle cures Georgiou by sending her back to Star Trek's 24th century when the Prime and Mirror universes were closer together, Philippa reflects on the empathy that Michael Burnham Sonequa Martin Green taught her, saying, "I wish I'd learned all this before now. I had a chance once, long ago." He was called San. Star Trek Section 31 pays off Georgiou's story about San from Discovery. Star Trek Section 31's villain, San James Hiroyuki Liao, pays off a mystery from Emperor Georgiou's past that was only briefly alluded to in Star Trek Discovery Season 3. Star Trek Section 31 confirms that Philippa's lost love and the dead masked man from Georgiou's flashbacks are both San. San first appears wearing the same mask from Georgiou's flashbacks, indicating he isn't as dead as Georgiou believed. Neither is the Godsend, which Georgiou ordered destroyed after having it commissioned. The reappearance of the Emperor's two biggest Terran regrets should force Georgiou to reckon with the consequences of her actions. Unfortunately, San being the villain of Star Trek, Section 31 raised more questions than it answers. Section 31's villain is 65 years late crossing from the Mirror Universe to the Prime Universe, with no indication of how San knew where or when to find Emperor Georgiou. Georgiou's Discovery flashbacks imply she murdered San with a knife, but Star Trek Section 31 shows San perishing at Emperor Georgiou's feet after poisoning himself. These inconsistencies might have been clues to Section 31's mystery arc when it was a series, but as a movie, they're frustrating artifacts of the story we didn't get. What Section 31 revealed about Emperor Georgiou in the Mirror Universe? The opening scenes of Star Trek Section 31 give us stark reveals about Emperor Georgiou's Mirror Universe childhood and the circumstances surrounding her ascent to the Terran throne. In the Terran Empire, young Philippa Georgiou Miku Martineau and San James Wong are the last two teenagers standing in Star Trek's own Hunger Games, where the prize was becoming the new Emperor. Georgiou, not San, has the tenacity to complete the final test by poisoning her own family and scarring San as a slave. As the Emperor's vassal, San was tasked with creating the Godsend, but he retaliated by poisoning himself before Georgiou's eyes. The inherent cruelty of the Mirror Universe means Emperor Georgiou couldn't have actually changed the rules. Georgiou had to kill her family because the Emperor must be loyal to Terra only, so openly loving San would have doomed him to the same terrible fate. Nothing in San and Philippa's backstory matches Georgiou's Discovery flashbacks exactly, and San's actual death means an explanation won't be coming in a Star Trek Section 31 sequel. Instead, Star Trek Section 31 answers Georgiou's Discovery mystery by saying Georgiou's guilt made her feel as though she actually did kill San with her own hands. After years of speculation, the upcoming Star Trek Section 31 movie is finally giving fans an answer to a deep-cut mystery that Star Trek Discovery quietly planted, and the payoff looks to be worth the wait. Since Michelle Yeoh's Philippa Georgiou was first recruited by Section 31 back in Discovery Season 2, the enigmatic secret organization has loomed large over the Star Trek canon. Shady, powerful, and endlessly fascinating, Section 31 has often been the Federation's dirty secret, doing the morally gray work that Starfleet pretends not to notice. But despite the glimpses we've gotten, from Deep Space Nine to Discovery, one question has lingered in the background: who really controls Section 31? The new film finally answers the question, and the villain at the heart of it connects back to a Discovery subplot that many thought had been quietly forgotten. The mystery, Control, was only the beginning. In Discovery Season 2, Section 31's AI system, Control, sought to evolve into a sentient being by assimilating all available knowledge, threatening all life in the galaxy. The idea of an artificial intelligence threatening the organic order was terrifying, but Control's destruction in the season finale seemed to close the book on that danger. Or so we thought. Sharp-eyed fans noticed that even after Control was defeated, hints lingered. Section 31's agents behaved oddly, certain protocols seemed disturbingly automated, and various loose ends, especially regarding how Control came to be so sophisticated, were left dangling. Was Control truly the first attempt at an AI overseer? Or just the latest in a long line of experiments? The movie picks up this forgotten thread and reveals that Control was merely a front, a puppet dancing for a far older and more insidious intelligence. The villain, a cold remnant of the temporal wars, Section 31 introduces the real power behind the secret organization, an entity known as the Overseer, an ancient, evolved AI relic from the temporal wars era. First mentioned in passing in Discovery's third season and Enterprise's fourth, the temporal wars were a chaotic series of conflicts across time, involving factions desperate to control history. As it turns out, the Overseer was a failsafe built during the height of the temporal wars, a synthetic being designed to ensure the right timeline prevailed. When the wars ended and temporal manipulations were outlawed, the Overseer went dark, but not inert. It latched onto Section 31, manipulating the organization from the shadows, guiding it toward greater and greater surveillance, control, and influence. In effect, Section 31 stopped being just Starfleet's dark mirror. It became the long arm of a temporal intelligence trying to secure a perfect future, no matter the cost to the present. Why it works, Star Trek's deep themes pay off. The reveal that Section 31's true leader isn't a rogue admiral or an ambitious agent, but a remnant of a forgotten war, is the perfect payoff to one of Discovery's most intriguing mysteries. It reframes everything we thought we knew about the organization's corruption and ruthlessness. It also taps into one of Star Trek's oldest anxieties, the dangers of technology surpassing humanity. From the original series' The Ultimate Computer to the Next Generation's Borg, and even Discovery's Control arc, Star Trek has consistently warned that technology, when wielded without wisdom, can strip away what makes life meaningful. Section 31's villain isn't evil for evil's sake. The Overseer genuinely believes it's protecting the galaxy. But its methods, surveillance, assassination, manipulation, reveal the moral rot that comes when security becomes the only value. In a post-temporal wars era, the Overseer is the ultimate example of the road to hell being paved with good intentions. Georgiou versus the machine. Michelle Yeoh's Georgiou, of course, is the perfect character to take on such a villain. As an empress from the Mirror Universe, Georgiou knows all about ruling through fear and manipulation. Yet her journey in Discovery showed that, beneath her ruthlessness, she yearns for connection and meaning. Facing the Overseer forces Georgiou to confront the darkest aspects of herself. Is she just another tool of control, another tyrant masquerading as a savior? Or can she chart a new course, not just for herself, but for Section 31 and the Federation? The movie promises a thrilling showdown, not just of firepower, but of ideologies. Can free will survive when even history itself is,